Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wow, it's Sunday, the 22nd of December 2024. Wow, like the year really is going fast, isn't it? We're nearly at Christmas, and it's a good morning from Keza to me and all. Lovely to see you here so early on a Sunday morning, because it is, isn't it? Well, for you it's 8:30, isn't it? For me here it is 8:02. Well, just past the 8 o'clock, nearly on time. I'm Boundy, Psychic Medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. So we're going to go across to the cards. Here they are. And as you can see, whoops, I didn't zoom in. Hold on. Oopsie. Well, actually, that was the better zoom, wasn't it? We've got all the cards there in, and the box for what they come in. Let's go into the cards a bit better. This is the Siren Song that I'm going to be using again today, being a weekend. I do choose a different deck to what I regularly use on the weekday. So the Siren Song is a gorgeous deck of cards. As you can see, I've actually put out 6 this time. So I'll just give you a full view of the deck box before I put that aside, because it's actually in the way of the zooming in a minute. And here we go. We'll zoom in on the cards. I think I can get most of them in as the big picture. Or can't do them really, really big. I might have to do them as the split. Now, as you may be aware, the Siren's Song is Kipper cards as well. I'm just going to hold up the guidebook this time, because that has Lenormand and Kipper cards. So the Siren's Song by Carrie Paris, Tony Savory and Tina Hart on the bottom. Now I do use the guidebook for this one because it's certainly, as far as the Kipper deck goes, certainly the part that I'm not as familiar with. We're going to learn them and get there eventually by whatever means it's coming up for. As far as coming up for that, weird words there. Yep, Spirit's got some funny things in the head at times, doesn't it? Pops things in differently. Depends how consistently we use the Siren's Song deck that I'll be able to learn this without the guidebook, is what I meant there probably. So I'll just do a quick summary of this one here. Now I can actually probably put this a little bigger there. Endings, this is the Kipper deck, the top deck. Okay, this one here, that is Kipper. This here is Lenormand, which is the one that we're more familiar with. I am still going to read it as the theme for the day being that central column. For this one we've got 2. That central pairing. The left is going to be the home space, so that's what we've got, endings and fish in the home space. What we've got here on the right is the workspace, so we've got military and cat as our workspace. That's our main theme is murky thoughts and child. So very interesting that I seemed some confusion there in the brain, or what Spirit was giving me, whatever it is, it's reinforcing that seems a bit on the muddy waters type thing. And children can be erratic, can't they, and have those thoughts all over the place. That's just my initial thoughts around this as far as the main theme goes. I will be reading that in a moment from the guidebook. Okay, I'm just going to check the comments again first. So no one else is up, Keza. It's just us. Anyway, wherever you are watching from, welcome, whether it's in replay or live. You don't have to be making comments in wherever the chats are at all. Though it's lovely to see them, because I do like to include them in the stream, like I do with Keza's here, and I'll put it up again. So you'll see how your comment will look if you want to see it on screen, to say hello and good morning or good evening, depending where in the world you are. Now, what we've got, I'm going to read the murky thoughts and the child first. And here we've got Teresa. Chappelle from Good Morning, Ros. Oh, well, from, I don't know where you're from, but you are saying Good Morning, Ros, and Merry Christmas. Thank you for popping in and making your comment, giving us the good wishes. Thank you very much for that. I wasn't fishing, really. Okay, let's go with this one first. I'm trying to balance that so that my Apple Pencil is not going to fall off the table. I'll just point it that way. So we're going to start with the child and the murky thoughts. What I will read first is the bottom line, because that's the basis is really more that is the Lenormand deck as far as what we've got energetically. The murky thoughts with the Kipper deck, I have noticed that most of those are actually more around the personalities, the people, it seems, although we do have an ending. We'll just see go with the flow of what the message is from both cards. So with the child being from the Lenormand deck, we do have the choice of two children cards there. So looking at this, we've got the one that's the more the starting to move from that child into adolescence, into adulthood from the look of this one. Let's see what the card guidebook tells us, what the guidebook is telling us, what the cards energies from the guidebook suggestions are. Now, with any of these, they are only one person's interpretation. So we do take together with that what is our connection with our spirit guides and our own understandings of life as we understand it, so that we are gaining more clarity and understanding from our own point of view of what we've been raised with, what we've let go, what we've grown into for ourselves, okay? Because we are living our life from that center perspective of self. It's not in the selfish way, but we need to understand ourselves better to be able to understand the bigger picture of the world around us and the people we're involved in and everything. So here we are with the child, and the keywords are ease, new, child, and naive. So interesting keywords. The child quite literally is a baby or a kid, and metaphorically something new, small, or innocent. So this is the theme of our day, remember? So when the child isn't any of these, it represents good intentions and associations, a circle of trust within which our siren feels comfortable. Our siren is self. Okay. Child also suggests that our siren has a good heart, trusts easily, and sees the best in people. So we're not looking at the cards around it specifically. If they're negative, then it's being naive. The siren, you are being naive. I'm not feeling negative. I don't know whether the endings card is negative or not, or the military. We'll look into it, but it just brings it into being that something new, something that is being brought forward as, trusting, having a good heart, and what we see as the best in people. That's what the theme for our day is. So from the perspective of the child here. And this is the Lenormand deck, right? Now the two child cards have been included because you just choose the one that represents the life or question at hand, as in whether it's a really young child, baby, or the older one. So I think what it is just that is the maturing aspect of the child from earlier birth to now. It's bringing in that is a little more understanding of the child in its adolescence and moving through and into what is maturity. So with that context, we can read the murky thoughts here. So I'm just going to connect the two in this way, and I bumped it. I wanted to keep them all geometrically perfect. I tried so hard. Here we go. Let's see if I can do it that way. Yep, nearly there. Oh, look, I'll leave it. I won't fiddle. So with that in mind, we're going to look at murky thoughts. And there's the double three. It's the 33 in the Kipper deck. So just trying to find that. It's a very beautiful piece of, like, the little, they're like little pieces of artwork in and of themselves, aren't they? These diagrams, the paintings that are here. I'm assuming, it's silly to assume, they do look like watercolour based artworks. They're gorgeous. So the key words here are melancholy, gloom and doom, blue funk, doubt, worry, stress. Now, it does seem to be a bit of a negative on top of this with this child, so maybe there is a bit of naivety in what we're experiencing today. Let's clear that away and clear those muddy waters. Here we've got murky thoughts. Oh, that says thoughts. Murky thoughts. Okay, murky thoughts. So we are going to gain some clarity. It is that feeling of adolescence and moving into adulthood. I do remember what that was like. I crew cut my hair at one point when I was around that age, so just out of confusion. It was an interesting experience, the reaction my mum had. But sorry, I shouldn't laugh about that, dear mum. Anyway, here we have slumped shoulders, audible prolonged sighs, heavy breast, heavy heart, face palm. What a poetic display of woe is me. If you could look inside the mind of murky thoughts, you would see drizzle, fog, gale, winds, and storm clouds, and you would hear this snappy refrain: nobody likes me, everybody hates me, think I'll go eat worms. Do you remember that saying? I do remember it. I even remembered the sound of it, like as in the song part. Yeah. If this card falls close to a siren or another character, the emotional well-being of that person's likely outcome by a miasma of stress, worry and unproductive feelings such as guilt, embarrassment or inadequacy. So are you feeling that at the moment? Common lament for murky thoughts is, how will I ever get through this, or too much to do, too little time. Ain't that the truth for this time of the year, honestly? Spot on, really, and you feel like you're wanting to be like a child and let someone else do it all. Anyway, let's get back to the book. The closer murky thoughts is to a siren, well, we are the siren, so we're there. The more negative the forecasting. So it is predicting a negative feel to this card, even though I don't feel it. Holding off on any decision making for clarity is a needle in a haystack of overthinking. Fortunately, it's just about doubt and pessimism, and it won't be hard to talk them off the ledge. So this too will pass, and sooner rather than later. So we are being told it's only for the moment. Look, it's just something that is happening today. Clear those murky thoughts. We're going to see what each side of this is. This is remember this central column is that is a theme for the day, but it's not entirely just murky, mushy thoughts. What it's going to allow us to do is be like the child and explore in a good way, not like a tantrum. I'm not feeling that at all, because this child is the more mature of the two choices that are in this deck. So the child is going to be able to work it out, is going to be able to think through what is going to be our events of our day. That's what I'm feeling from this one, having read the guidebook, okay? So let's see what our fish and our endings is going to bring us. And I'll check out what the comments are bringing to us again. And we've got Joe. Good morning, Joe. I think people are starting to wake up. Come enjoy your Sunday, a day of rest. Good morning, Joe. And we have Sharon. Good morning, Roz and all. You've been making Christmas treats. Wow, that didn't click on. Took a bit of time to click. There we go. That's good busyness. And you're still in bed, or are you up and about doing them now? Good morning from Michelle as well. A Merry Christmas and nice to see you. Yes, it is. It's lovely to see you as well. Have a lovely day today in whatever preps you're making, or celebrating Christmas in whatever way you are, because some are, the weekend before can be what's being celebrated as Christmas compared to the weekend after if you can't do it through the week or whatever. Sometimes life happens where you just can't make it on the Christmas day. But the whole, the energies around celebrating Christmas, that birth of Christ, is what we're here for at this time of year with Christmas greetings. That is so true, Keza, so true. And we've got Corinna. Good morning, Corinna. It's been a while since seeing you. It's lovely to see you here. Let's continue onward. And you are on the YouTube, so thank you for that. I hope you've liked and subscribed. And tick that notification bell. So here we go for the next one is the fish, number 34 in our Lenormand. And we do have endings after this one. Right. I'm reading them in the column, base first and the top one second in this. The keywords for this one, we do know from the regular, the one I use with the Gilded Breviary, it certainly is income and affluence and abundance, but they are income, affluence, wealth, money, resources, financials. So fish is more about your physical money here in this particular deck and the way they've analysed it. Interesting, isn't it? What I see is that beautiful schooling, green and golds. It's beautiful colours. I do enjoy seeing the different ways that people will depict their cards. I'm just going to go right in so that you can actually see, hopefully see some of the detail of the fish. See the little faces all facing the same way. In this one, we don't seem to have one that's going, oh, hang on, or are they? Oh, interesting. It's hard to know whether this one here is going away, out of the norm, pointing the other way is what I was looking for. I thought I saw that. But anyway, let's go back to our regular size and do that. Here we go. Get it centered again. Right, so with the fish, let's get back to it. We don't have all day, although I can spend all day. I don't have anything else on, but you might. When fish swim close to our sirens, that we're that central cup we are. When the fish are swimming close to our sirens, it brings financial abundance and promises that business will flourish. This being in our home space, remember, okay? So in the home, there's going to be abundance and good flow of finances. The closer fish falls to the siren, the more affluent and successful you'll be. When far, this is the gone to blow meaning, so it's not far, it is close, so that's the only meaning we're taking. There is more affluence and success happening today, so bring it on. So no matter how well planned projects and goals involving gain will grow. I was just reading the one that when it was far away, well, we're not in that. We are actually in that flow of abundance and affluence and the money flowing in, which means it can also flow out for if you are buying gifts for people, because not everybody does. It's always a choice. And, there's going to be enough of your money to be able to do what you want. It's going to be flowing easily and well. Okay, so for this today, in whatever you're wanting to do, know that you've got enough to do that. And bringing it on in connection with the endings, though, remember we are pairing these. The 19 in our Kipper deck, endings, the keywords are end, separation, loss, fatality, termination, unproductivity. It actually looks like it's a contraindication. It's an opposites with this one. That does look like it's a coffin, of course, although it's not called coffin, it's just endings. So it's well known that whatever the sea takes, she doesn't give back. That's interesting. We do these days because we've got submarines and stuff that die. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's just flow with what their meaning is. Should this baleful card show up in a reading, regrettably, your hopes and dreams could be dashed against the rocks. It is an exact opposite to the fish, isn't it? Anyway, let's keep onward. There's nothing left but to heave to, which means, heave to. Heave to. Now I can't remember. I know what it means, but it's hard to describe. I'll have to look it up in a dictionary. Heave to. Endings is a sinister apparition. Heralded by fearful thunder and lightning, heavy squalls and raging seas, it carries with it the heartbreak of those imperiled souls who have succumbed to the deadly sweet song of the sirens, have ended in shipwreck. This is a coffin. It is the end. That's what it's suggesting. So heave to is pulling up, letting your sails go, I think, and pulling across to the side. It's like pulling up on the side of the road. That's what I'm thinking of when you're in a car. Similar. So with dark portents such as loss, difficult phases and endings, this is the most directional card in the deck. So by linking 5 surrounding cards together, endings endeavours to at least shine more light on the cause and the effect of the situation. So this is interesting. So first, this really is around a groan to blow type of a reading. So first you follow the direction of the coffin handle. Look to those cards that lie beneath and to the right. So this is what's slated to end within the time frame of the reading. Well, there you go. It's not that dour, is it? If you're following that, the handle is this one. Yeah, the murky waters are going... Hang on, the handle... Which is the handle? That one or that one? What would you say is the handle? The handle's this end. So you're looking to this one and the 5 can't... It would be these ones mainly. Well, we've got abundance, and this is the, having a good time. Well, children like to play, and these murky thoughts, there might be a bit of confusion of what's going to be finishing. Are you going to? It could be that thought of something is going to end as far as you're planning to end it, but you're still not quite sure whether you're going to, type of thing. You don't want to finish playing a game, type of thing, with the child. Would that be it? What do you feel from your own life situation that this might be meaning for you? From the home space, remember, this is the home space. So it's something within the home. Certainly going to have the money and finances to do whatever you want to today is what I'm feeling still, because that's what the card is about. It's the abundance. And some part of that is going to end. Are you going to... maybe you're thinking about doing something, spending money on something that's going to maybe overtax it and end that flow because you've overdone it. Be mindful of that and not be so frivolous that you're actually wasting on things that you're not needing to actually spend that money on, okay? Or it's a different way that maybe the income side of it, that's going to stop flowing in, and you're going to be needing to be careful, those murky thoughts, thinking of, okay, it's not quite clear out the mind so that you can think of it. Now, this might be where we've got this, that's the military and the cat in our workspace coming into play, okay, to balance that out, because the two support each other, don't they? The home and the workspace, in that respect. Now, I had got to Corinna saying good morning, and here we've got Fiona. Good morning, Ros Girly, and all around the globe. And Fiona has been so wonderful in working out the many numbers that are here this morning. So our day number is a 6, the 22/12/2024. Then we've got the 19, the 34, the 33 and 13. I'll put that up again. The 33 and 13, the 18, and did you have the 22? Did you miss out the 22? Here we go. So it's 1934, 33, 13, 18, we meant to have a 22 in there, and the 18. So I think we probably have one of those missing. So it'd be wonderful if you could calculate that again, Fiona. I just noticed that because there's 6 cards, and I noticed there's not the 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. One missing. All is forgiven though, Fiona, because it's a hard stretch to do 6 numbers like that with these curly number things. It is a different font, isn't it? Right, let's go to the cat. We don't normally have a cat in the Lenormand, so I'm not 100% sure where that came from, because usually it's the dog. So at least it's one of the fur babies. What number is it? 18. I went one too far. It does suggest here that what we've got is the cat as an extra. So it's a cat or a dog. But today's is the cat. Right, the keywords are faithful, friendly, loyal, trustworthy, and ally. So this is the workspace, so we can trust what's happening in our work, at least. Dog or cat, when very near the siren, which it is, assures faithful, reliable, and sincere friendships, people and situations on which we can depend. So we've got that confirmation. Our faithful, there's 3 F's in a row. Our faithful, furry, familiar also represents our own loyalty toward our personal or professional relationship and employment. So what is your attitude to your work, basically? There are many cards in the deck that offer movement, excitement, drama, and adventure. Number 18 isn't one of them. Its core energy is obedient and steadfast. Our faithful familiar stays and waits. Only when distant from the sirens and with clouds attending do we see a growling dog or a hissing cat. Well, we haven't got that, thank goodness. We've got this beautiful, faithful furry friend, and we can be trusting and relying on them to be around and support us in our day-to-day. And we support them too. So look after and nurture your fur babies as well. So that's the cat, and in combination with the military, card 22, from the Kipper deck, we have that is the keywords of brother, friend, authority, professional and uniform, blockages, constraints, duty, warning, discipline, all of those things. Let's see what it is. It does sound very work-like, doesn't it? When sea life turns lazy, lawless, wild and weird, then it's time for military to ride in on his trusty seahorse and restore order. So maybe this is part of that is connecting with our theme of the murky thoughts and the child. So, that robustness of children playing and all the rest, and their unruly thoughts sometimes, the mushy thoughts that we ourselves can have as adults, maybe we are going to gain some law and order almost. Okay, so bedecked from head to fin in the shiny regalia of his station, he's a striking figure who's visibly at ease in a position of authority. Make no mistake, the sirens don't like to be told to stop shipwrecking. That's the thing, apparently, that the sirens of the sea are apparently known for in that myth of the sirens do cause the shipwrecks. Okay, that's a basic back behind it. I haven't read through all the book to you. It is that is, it's one of those myths. But we like this because it's got the energies of what are universal laws, rules, thoughts, energies, doesn't it? Anyway, let's get back to the meaning. Make no mistake, the sirens don't like to be told to stop shipwrecking, but like children don't like to be told what to do, but sometimes rules and regulations are necessary for the highest good, and this is the card to enforce it. As a person, military will be involved with you in some official capacity. This is a professional who is in service and suits up in a uniform. While striving for precision, military maintains a strict regime of physical or mental discipline. There's a focused, no-nonsense and abrupt quality to these roles, which include emergency services, armed services and medical personnel. Could even be an executive chef. I need hands, people, or your trainer at the gym. 5 more repetitions, Chanel. That type of thing. I'm reading this from the guidebook, I'm not making this up. Accordingly, this card is well suited as a harbinger of some much needed giddy up in the querent's life. Querent is you, as well as we're saying sirens. If you want to see what's holding back the querent you, find this card in the spread. So something's holding us back. I think it's just our own thoughts and processes that we're, with the murky thoughts, we are trying to organise. Become organised, get organised. That's part of the work part of your day to day. We are seeing that is that faithfulness and the steadfastness of our fur baby coming in with that organising ability that we do have it. Otherwise, find the tools that you need to be able to set that in motion. And probably the easiest is just a piece of paper and pencil. Write down what you've got to do today. Clear the thoughts of all the what ifs, of the type of things, deciding what type of, if it's gifting, the gifts that you're trying to organise and prepare, or an event that you're trying to organise and prepare, certainly bring those thoughts into something that's a little more regimented and clearer to understand with a list. Check them off as you do them, that type of thing. Be organised. And you've got that faithful friend of your fur baby to help you along, just in that moral support even. Because if you remember with a dog, it's got the lead on. When we see our Gilda Breviary, the dog card has that is, a readiness to play. The cat's ready, is always ready to have a pat. So once we've moved through each step, reward yourself with that little acknowledgement of your fur babies that are around you, or friends that are around you, a loyal friend. Even if we're not in the workspace as such today, we are in a bit of a work mode to work through and sort out that is the murky waters for today, the murky thoughts, the things that we're a bit confused about. We're going to get sorted. Know that, even if we're reading this as past, present, future of our day today, the theme is we're clearing stuff and really sorting it out, so that we're moving from that is childishness into something that's a bit more responsible and able to deal with anything, because what cat really worries about anything besides its food and getting cuddles? Okay, so I think, well, that probably sums that up. I haven't should military standard attention between... Oh, no, that's other things about the placements. And the military doesn't suffer falls gladly. So we do like to be in the now. Let's read that one just a little bit more. Should military standard attention between the siren and a storyline, which it's not, and blockages, no, that is about the rest of what is the story, in a grunter blow. So here we are, our wonderful cards. I hope that they can make some sense to you through your day today. Certainly, in whatever way it means something to you, take one of those cards, even if it's just one that your eye is really shining toward, that your mind caught most closely, follow that one. If it's not the whole six, I'm only just giving a guiding type of an interpretation. Okay, now I'm going to put up Fiona's succinct 6 numbers to make the card energy numbers. So there we go. It is the 19, 34, 33, 13, 22 and 18, and I'll put it up again so you've got longer to look at it. So that all equals the 5, and you've added the 10 with the 18 as well. So, and that is quite fine because it's present on the number with... And what she means by that, I'll take you back to the cards if you're doing numerology. So that is all of these that are the pips from what is the corresponding card in a regular playing deck. It's only the Lenormand deck that has this, so there's 10 pips there. That's what Fiona is meaning by the 10 on this 18 card. Okay, so it's all a wonderful art and energy behind numerology as well. So if you know what your numbers mean as far as interpretations from the 1 to the 0, or the 0 to the 9, whichever way you do it, you'll be that much further ahead with something further, an added bonus to understanding what the energies of the day are. There you go. So Keza, I'm going to law with work and home live. Oh, I'm not quite sure what you're meaning with that. 1, going the law with work. Oh, you're meaning the military style of it. Yes. Yeah. Okay. You've got some things happening there at home. Yes. Okay. Whoops. I keep pressing the wrong one. There we go. Fiona with your beautiful hearts. Thank you very much. And Keza, thank you, and have an amazing day to everyone with those gorgeous emojis. And thank you from Michelle, lovely reading. Thank you, Roz. Thank you, Michelle, for being here. I know we're all busy pretty much, so it's lovely to have you joining. And thank you from Fiona, Roz Gurley, and have a fab day. And to all around the globe, of course, even though you haven't got the globe there this time. See, I look at the emojis. I really do read them. They're like the hieroglyphs from the Egyptians. We'd be missing out if we didn't read the hieroglyphs in Egyptian world times. If we were there, we do need to read the little details of what's in the emojis, don't we? So thank you. In-law. Yes, an in-law. So that is relative to you're going to the in-laws with work and home life. Oh, look, we'll leave it there instead of getting all muddled up. I'll end up muddling my waters and thoughts too, or whatever it is. Take what you need from the cards. Join with spirit energies, your own guides, your intuition, your gut feeling, in however you read and interpret the messages that you're getting from whatever type of icon or tool you're using, whether it's the cards, whether it's runes, whether it's Mother Nature itself. Take it in as you need to with that joint, from your soul, from your spirit guides, and really connect. Keep being the best you in that process, because that's what we're here for, is just to be the best self whom we are. Okay, growing and learning and sharing with others that growth as well. And there you are. Oh, look, let me start this again. I got you. Yeah, there's the globe. Thank you for understanding. Now, Keza has rewritten her message here. Sorry, I am going to law at work and with home. Okay. Thank you. No, courts, law courts. There we go. We've got that again. Courts. Yes, because you've got some things happening with the law. Yes, following up something that you need to do, and that is in that interpretation of the cards, using that as part interpretation with the cards, the money flow, the abundance, that is going to be successful. Trust those who are loyal with you, helping support you. That's the cat in this situation, and helping you. Those muddy waters are going to be cleared. So success, that's what I'm getting from. That's only an interpretation. What do you feel at your heart center, your soul, is to that is going to be your results. Put that into the mix as positives. Only think positive. I'll leave it there. It's been long enough. It's a lovely Sunday. Enjoy your day. Keep being the best you that you can be. And until tomorrow, namaste.